So if you're not aware, there was an update to an already existing controversy to a show that is on Broadway, and not just that, it's also nominated for a bunch of Tonys. In fact, I think the most Tonys for the upcoming Tony Awards on September 26th. Now, I'm going to be going into that right now, and as you can probably tell by that small gap in the video there, I'm actually going to try and not edit this video. Part of the reason why I've been kind of putting off videos and not making them super consistently is because of the editing process. That's majority of what it is. It's the most difficult part for me, harder than writing, harder than actual recording. So I'm going to try to make this video without editing. So excuse me if there's something wrong, like the fan's on. I forgot to turn the fan off, but whatever, I'm just going to go into that. There's an article I have right here. This one's from BroadwayWorld.com or Broadway.com, and it talks about the Jagged Little Pill character of Joe, who had some controversy around them. I did not say her, and that's part of the controversy. I went into this a little bit in my Tony Awards video, which I'll probably put right there if I remember. But let's just read the article and get into what happened exactly. After past fan confusion over the topic of the gender identity of one of its lead characters, producers of the Tony-nominated musical Jagged Little Pill, which by the way is based on Alanis Morissette's album. If you don't know it because you're a Zoomer, look it up. It's a great album. Jagged Little Pill have announced script changes for the upcoming Broadway reboot. I was hoping for this. I was already happy when I was reading this article when I got to that point. So I was like, yes, this is what they needed to do. We want to recognize the reasonable and deeply felt upset around the issues of transparency and accountability and the character of Joe. Lead producer said, probably has much work to do. Yeah, the same old speech. When the show premiered at the American, this is going to get into the details of the controversy. When the show premiered at the American Repertory Theater in Cambridge, Massachusetts, MA, I didn't know that. Joe, played by Tony nominee Lauren Patton, was clearly gender non-conforming, but the script revisions prior to the show's premiere on Broadway removed that clarity. When pushed to address the changes, producers initially stated the character was never non-binary, which they apologized for in a new statement, and that's like the least they could do is apologize, because that was a brazen lie. A lot of clips from some bootlegs show that the show clearly recognized the character as gender non-conforming, and being misgendered was a huge source of stress and trauma for her, and it even triggered the song You Ought to Know, which is a big song from that album, and that song was based on her being misgendered, which I just did right now because the character on Broadway is a her. They're going to be changing it to them, and then that's going to be going back to how it was supposed to be. So I'll clarify it. It wasn't just that they wrote the character as gender non-conforming, and then they changed it to being a character who was identified as female. And then not only did they do that, but when fans were upset that, hey, I really related to the character for being non-binary, and now you changed them to being female. Why did you do this in the story? They said, what are you talking about? Who, me? No, I absolutely did not do that. We meant to write them as a female all along. And then they showed clips from the bootlegs and said, no, they were written as non-binary. You're not going to trick us and gaslight us like that. So it's brazen gaslighting and brazen lying, which is why I ended up, after hearing about this controversy, refunding my ticket. I initially was going to be seeing it in November. I still probably won't, just because I kind of already have shows lined up and I don't need to go out of my way to add this show, because I'm, you can still be upset about it for what they did. But I'm glad they took the right decision and changed the script to make them non-binary like they originally were. So it's going to reopen on October 21st. Joe will be, according to the statement, a gender non-conforming teen who is on an open-ended journey with regard to their queerness and gender identity. So, and then they hired some people to their dramaturgical team to help navigate script adjustments, clearly pointing out there is a non-binary, transgender, and BIPOC representation on that team. Okay, and then they go on, they made some other changes as well, but I won't read too much into that. That's just something I want to point out. I'm glad they're doing it, but of course I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on that controversy. I hope I explained it well. If something wasn't clear, you can let me know. But, I mean, the key is it's not just that they changed the character from off-Broadway to Broadway. Oh, I hope I explained that well. They changed it when the show moved to Broadway. And you can guess, well, they did it because, Broadway has a more upper-class clientele. They have to not, offend too many people, or else they're not going to make that money. So that's why they did it. But then to make matters worse, when fans got upset, who, were probably in the minority because most people weren't aware of it. They just like totally brushed them under the rug and gaslit them and tried to pretend like it was no big deal and look at these people, so silly. So it was really terrible, and that's why I personally did not want to see the show. So I'm very glad. This was like my one condition where I would have seen it, is if they changed, no more apologizing, no more doing conference videos where you pretend like it's the fault of the fans for thinking that they were non-binary when they were. Just change the script back to the way it was. And they did. They finally came clean. They said, yeah, we screwed up big time, and the script's back, and they rehired some people, and they fixed some situations, which is good steps in the right direction. I want to know you guys' thoughts in the comments. You can let me know if something's not clear, but also let me know if you think this maybe isn't enough. If you think, no, I'm still not going to see it, or I'm still upset because they did gaslight us and it's going to take me a while to recover. If you feel like they did what they needed to do, I'd like to know all your thoughts. Let me know what the general consensus is in those comments. I would just like to see that and read those comments. I'm not going to be like debating people or anything. Just let me know. Even if you disagree, I just want to hear your thoughts. So thank you for watching this video. It was unedited. Maybe I might go and edit something here and there, but this is my first attempt at a video that is not edited to see if I can do it. I know it's a little sloppy, and I don't like the way I sound because I have braces and I'm working through straightening my teeth so my teeth sound funny. So sometimes I'll edit it or re-say something in a way that shows my impediments less, and I'll try to edit around it, but I'm just being fully vulnerable right now, so that's what I'm doing. And I'm hoping I can do a few more videos like this so that I can get more content to you guys and get more discussions that are more authentic and don't require tons and tons of editing, because that's the main thing that keeps me from wanting to do videos. That's what makes me just like either just sit on my bed or just doing something else and thinking I could be making a video, but gosh, it's just the last thing I want to do right now. It became a lot of work. It became like homework, honestly, to make videos because of the editing. So that's another thing. You can let me know in the comments if this was any good, if you hated it. I mean, it's my first time, so I'm just going to be trying to get better. But thanks for watching again. Click like, click subscribe if you want more of these discussion videos. Thank you for subscribing if you are already subscribed. Keep loving theater, and I will see you guys next time.